Alrighty, what is up, everyone? I'm gonna go through a chart request, and then I am going to do a few of these sectors that I already have done, just to refresh through a few of them, and we'll keep it to that today. Alright, so I'm just gonna do Bitcoin real quick here. Yes, as I posted in chat today, ETHE looks incredible here. Going for the full retest up at 43.23. See, there's no resistance here on the left side. I didn't even know I had a higher resistance here, so I would not hate it if it got all the way up here. But short term, you're looking for this move up here into this peak. It looks like you're going to get it. There's not a ton of resistance here on the left, so elevator up to at least the 12-month high here. You can see it got through this major resistance point here, 3,400, and now you had a hell of a candle today. And there you go. So heading all the way up to 44. A little resistance right here at 39. So let's see what it does there. But based upon the size of this candle today, I believe that this should be continued momentum. And you can kind of see the chair pattern built in here. You can see the consolidation across, and then now you're getting to the next leg higher. So this could actually push this. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, all the way up here to this 47.50 mark, which would be real nice. So ETHE looks much better than Bitcoin here on the shorter time frames. See, at least it's consolidating across and holding this orange line. Need to see it get through this box at mid 50,000s or 50,500 for it to really try and gap and press up into the 60K range again. So just watch this red box in BTC. Not much to do there until we see a more defined turn. Right. And GBTC, you can see it's gonna try and come up into this range here. So that 48. Yeah, which would make sense because there's significant resistance up here at this line. So call it 47 to be safe. Is where there is converging resistance. You can see it's held this support right here. So now you just push that. So the bare minimum, you're looking for this channel move here. You can see it. Right in here, just bouncing within this, which is nice. So you can play potentially that move there at a bare minimum, which is 13%, which is not bad. So it actually looks half decent if you just want to play this trade here within this channel. Let me make this symmetrical. So that's GBTC. So let's look for Bitcoin to turn higher here, and hopefully that moves as well. And I'll just go through all these. Same thing, ARCBF resistance at the $1.90 to $2 mark. Bitfarms did not break out here. Actually, you got the equal breakdown. But it held this, call it inner support line and bounced up. So it looks like it's going to turn into this 722 mark. You can see it's kind of in that cupping formation here, which is nice. So look for that to turn higher here. Same thing with BTBT. There's a lot of resistance here within the 13.5 to call it 14 mark, and then through that you're looking for a massive move here. So definitely keep an eye on this one. If it gets to that red box, this one should skyrocket. Ooh, this came all the way down. Wow. I'm gonna have to buy some Dogecoin here. It's at least a 17% move there. So if you like gambling, I was waiting for this to come down, and I guess I missed it. And now it's clearly through this short-term resistance. At least it's right on it. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. If it triggers, then I'm gonna buy. Call it around 0.3. Crossing up on the daily. And then I'd be looking for at least this move right here. So not bad at all. HIVE, let's see where it struggled a bit. The longer term cup is still intact here though, so looking out into the end of the year, you should see this at 7.2. HUT, same thing. This one looks pretty good actually, short term, heading up to 904. Mara, still struggling with this resistance mark here, 43-ish. If it can get through that, then you're looking for a move up to 49. So you can see right here, there's, if you look across to the left, sold off underneath this line. If it gets through that, then you're looking for the move to 50, which is the peak over here on the left. So watch this 43 mark to see if Mara can push through, and then it's a nice run from here to there, 15%. MSTR made it all the way up to the 800 mark. Clean this up a bit. Don't need this anymore. I mean, you can see all these are in the same pattern. Call it longer term, intermediate term cupping formation here. So this one's back on short term support, kind of like GBTC. Looks like it should kick up here based on this candle and how it was bought back. So looking for the turn here on MSTR as well, at least back up to the 800 level. RIOT, so that did the 15% move I was looking for, which was up here to 39. Sold off a bit, same story. It's gonna try and ramp higher. Longer term, you're looking for, you'll get the retest up here at 80 based upon how you're getting higher lows if you look on larger time frames now. SI, all the way up into the red resistance box here at 115. Traded this, I believe, to 110 on my end from like 94. So that was a good trade there. If it gets through 123, then this thing skyrockets up to the 180 mark. And SOS is trying to get here, is delayed. I think this is China. Not too sure though. But you're looking for a move to 339 on SOS. So a lot of similar setups there, which all look pretty damn good here. Now let's go to chart requests here. We have FIGS. FIGS looks incredibly good today. What a move. So you're looking for a continuation tomorrow. Another 13% move all the way up to all-time high of $50. So FIGS looks exceptionally well here. New IPO. They do the scrubs. So a lot of momentum out of the gate given COVID, etc. Good thematic play here. So look for this to get up to that 50 mark by end of the week. Let's see here. I'm gonna go to AdTech since this popped off today. ATY. This one's a small crap one, but it's hanging on the support. Looking for this to turn up higher here. I'm gonna redraw this resistance. It's pretty much at the resistance point here. Blue. This it's going to turn higher with the sector here, and then the squeeze comes if it gets above 865. That would put it up in the $10 region. Cardlytics, so you can see this actually fully moved to my target at 94. So I put this at 86, saying 94 target. There you go. So look for a potential gap play here. The next resistance would be right here at 107. So that's why I have another alert here. I think I have it on the wrong line. That I do. So call it through 95.2. This can move all the way up to this 107 mark, Cardlytics. So this one's interesting. Keep an eye on it for sure. CRTO. I got an alert here today. Let's see what's happening. False breakout potentially. Yeah, it never really fully. That's why I like to move these lines out a little bit, just so you don't get that head fake. You can actually get the real continuation move out. So that is still under that line. Not sure what caused it to drop so significantly today. So looking for it, at least short term, to potentially come down to this 35 level. It's not bullish until it crosses, call it 38, and then you can look for a swing back up to 46. So nothing there. This one broke out of this, call it descending channel here. You can see it started to, you see the wicks here, so there is more buying activity. Off the bottom, always a good sign. And then you get kind of that turn J hook out. I think it was up 11% at one point today. Kind of bought or sold off towards the end of the day. This one, Viant Technologies, this is similar to the trade desk, but it's this scale and revenues are clearly nowhere close. This is an ant compared to TradeS, which is a blue whale. But there's good trading opportunities here within this one. Tends to move. You'll get those 10 to 20% pops here and there on DSP. So may come back into the support line here. The short-term one, not for a trade opportunity. Just look for it to hold up above 14, and then that's short-term at least bullish. I will alert here, call it at, I'm going to lower it actually, at 15. If it pushes up, it's probably going to signal enough buying activity, and you'd look for that move up to 18. So that's pretty substantial here. Although the long-term chart is exceptionally ugly, you can get some nice money in here. Magnite made its way up to that $30 mark, so that, I sold it early, my shares, but that was the original target. So bought it at 25.5. I sold it up here at like 28. Missed out on $1.50 per share, but I have some options. Regardless, successful kind of buy down here for the reversal. It looks like it should continue to march higher here and push up in another 10% into that 33 to 34.50 level. We'll just have to watch it closely. PERI. Guess I did not have an alert where I should have, which was that 19 mark outside of that blue line. So short term, this one you can see is just gonna track up. See, it's almost a double bottom there. Regardless, it held the longer term support level and bounced up. So you're looking for a move here to 22.75 on ooh, that's not right. 22.50 on PERI. Pubmatic posted this as a trade idea down here. It's heading up. It should continue to press up into this resistance point, like the mid 31 mark, low 31 mark. I don't see too much resistance here on the left, so that should continue to press higher here. Live ramp, so the bottom was clearly at the 39 mark, and then it completely reversed here. Looking for it to break through this 51 mark if it can. This actually has substantial legs here, so I'm actually going to add a trade alert. You'll get the recovery bounce here. So it bounced on that inner support line, didn't have to draw all the way down. Maybe that's a later in the year event, who knows. But yeah, so I'm going to move this up just for safety to 51.33 and play it. Yeah, I'll pull up Flywire too. And play it long through there. Could definitely run. And then trade desk, it's holding up on the support line here. Don't want to see it break down much further. Let me just zoom in for you. Yeah, you can see. So actually may be a decent spot to buy. If the Nasdaq's going to remain in bullish territory, you're going to get the reversal out of this support line here. So that is trade desk. That's all the major ad tech companies that we have. Let me go to Flywire. Yeah, I mean, I like Flywire as a, believe they're a payment processor. Payments processor. They do a lot within the education vertical. I think we actually cover this on my own end. So here you go. I'll just pull this up on the screen here. So we hosted a Flywire call that was the takeaway there. So you can read that real quick. Is that coming through clear? Because everyone wants to see that. I'll post it in the chat and I'll just tag you in it if it's a little blurry. But yeah, this one looks like it's going to head up. Let's see if it's through. But yeah, the feedback was largely bullish from what I heard. It looks like it's going to make it back up into this 51 mark. I don't know why this isn't even on. I need to create a financials list as well. I'll add this in there. So, yeah, I actually like this one. I like the D local as well. Same thing, new IPOs, so they're up there for sure. But I'll post all my fundamental research on these within the chat. Actually, this one could fly here soon. Sold off end of day, but I like that for the breakout. So that one's definitely on the list for a massive move D-low. Loose CVAC. Posting any other requests here. I'll get to them. Yeah, I mean, this one essentially needs to get through this 71 mark. And then it has the 75 mark before it can really push up here. Not sure if it's going to be able to do that or not. Let's see. Just going to make this a resistance box here. So it needs to get through that, call it 73 to 75 before it can push up into the 85 level. So that's CVAC. Yeah, I covered ETH at the beginning. Looks exceptionally well. Yeah, so I mean, this one's definitely close to at least pushing up to 70. Let me get this right here. So yeah, 73.75 is what you're looking for here if it can get through this resistance, which is a 5.3% move here. So looks good if you're looking for that kind of short scalp. Lucid, yeah, that broke down bad. So this is kind of I mean, they're buying it back up above this support line, but I can't give a recommendation here. It's catching a falling knife. Not sure what caused this. I presume they had earnings. That's actually the reason why AI just got destroyed here. I was not aware of earnings today. No, I did not do the percent in my head. I have it on the arrows when I draw them. You can see it on the right, in the right box. I think you can see them. Yeah, so I would just largely avoid this. Wait 2 more days to see what happens here. I'm unsure of what caused this, but you can see lower highs is never a good sign at all. And these EVs are sketchy. BAC. fucking beak. Alright, there we go. Thought my key was broken there. Yeah, I mean, it's holding, it's on this support there. It went long here when it got above my blue line at 39. It still remains long here. Don't really need all this shit. Let me just go out in a larger time frame. So the resistance box on BIC would be from here to here, which is 43 to 44.2, and if it gets through that, then this is gonna ultimately push up into the all-time high. So you can see another kind of cupping formation here. Looks good if you play out farther calls. UNG, I can already tell you, Generac, I have no goddamn idea what's gonna happen there. Sorry, these chart was getting messed up here. So it's through this resistance at 14.13, which is a good sign. It looks like it may want to push up here into, call it the 20 mark here. So that looks pretty good short term. Towards the 2050 mark, which is a 25% move here. So UNG looks half decent. Generac, yeah, I was posting about this one at 80. What I used to do is I would do, 60 bucks is when I was buying and selling this. I would buy every hurricane season. I would do a Google search trends analysis for Generac generators and make trades based upon that, and clearly this thing just continues to chug higher here. So a little tough for me to make a call. Let me just do this. I'll do it on a log scale to help simplify where this. I did all the crypto stocks, so you're gonna have to watch the VOD already. Spent like 15 minutes on them, so you can watch the recording. I believe I did that in the beginning. So let's see here. Generac. Call it in this channel. You're gonna look for this by the end of the year to be up in this, call it 700 range. This thing is just a monster. So it would be this move on the log up there. So Generac is just best of best. Let me get out of the log though, it's a little misleading sometimes. Short term, it's within this channel here. It looks like it's gonna push up to the 500 mark and then break out. And then you get that run up here into that, call it 700 mark, which is that resistance. So channel here defined in the orange, this kind of upper resistance here is where likely, if it breaks out of here, is going to run to, which is that 700 mark that I actually just showed on a completely different scale here. So it looks good. ETI. Yeah, I would defer to Major on these tobacco ones. He actually requested these a while ago. And I'm just unfamiliar with the fundamentals here. Let's see, rejection here, but it's holding this 3-month support line right there, call it at 36. Yeah, so I mean, you have a good entry at least. If it can get through this 40 mark, then you're looking real nice. I just don't know if the fundamentals support it or not. You can see the COVID. So you have the 3-month trend line there. You have support off the COVID low. So within this area here, there is just a ton of support. So you had a perfect entry, essentially, right there. Really don't think it could get any better. So good for you there. Look for it to really move up here, and then much higher if it can break this 40 level. At least it'll push to 43. CHWY, SCHD. Yeah, this one's a little bit tougher to figure out where it's gonna go. Usually, what you do here is just take, so you have the channel there, and you're just gonna get, so essentially this is just reflecting the COVID oversell right now out of the channel. Let me just make all my channels consistent color here. So you're just getting that reflection on the other side now, and it will be equal measure. Now we put it up around 83. So when it gets up to that 83 range, I'd use some caution here on SCHD. But that's just a full reflection of what happened down here. And then it may need to reset at the 72 mark before making the next leg higher. But that is SCHD. CHWY. This got hammered. Could not break resistance and punished on ER. So you can see it's on the long term. So I just want to make sure that I have this support line right. Okay. So you can see bounce right on the long-term support. The bottom may be in here after this 11% sell-off, but I just use some caution in the morning to see what reaction is on market open. Hate how these lines move on different time frames. But yeah, I would just avoid this for now. See, but like I said, there could be a bounce in this 78 range. TSM. So I posted this as an idea down here at 110, which I think was lower than that. So this was successful. This looks real good now through this resistance at 120. Wouldn't surprise me to see it up here, the 124, 125 mark. So that is TSM POW. You can see it's basing right there. So just want to see it hold that $7 mark essentially, and then you could potentially get that turn up there to the 10 mark. So you can see it's trying to base here, which is a good sign, and turn higher. You kind of get 1, 2. So I like it. Looks good. Lower risk entry right here. Just keep a tight stop loss. DraftKings. It is, if it can get through and hold above this 61 mark, then it's pushing up to 75. Struggling a little bit here, so TBD there. I would have to think that it's actually going to explode higher here because the NASDAQ looks pretty damn strong here. Maybe I take that back. So it's they're toying with people here, because you're either getting or very nice. Love how they just pin it up here. So right at the resistance mark, it's just pinned. Yeah, I presume that that will help a little bit, but that's always been the case, so not sure how much of a difference that's going to make. Post any final chart requests, and we're gonna wrap up here in like 10 minutes. I just want to go through a few of these. So apps, posted that down here at 48 all the way up to 60. So beautiful move. Looking to see if it can capture this remaining 10% up to the resistance at 66. Cardlytics I covered. CWH looks good for 8% move to the 44 mark. Got through that midline at 40, so looks good. Dropbox heading back up to 33, looks good. This one I like. This is one of my top fundamental ideas. Double verify. If it can cross up above this, this is a guaranteed retest. So if this gets, I think this should be like a 37, yeah, 37. So watch 37 on double verify and load the boat if that happens. You can see I had an alert here down at 33 like a dumbass and was on vacation, so I missed it. Oh well. I did post it to the watch list, so maybe one or two of you got it. Looks, yeah, that looks real nice. Growth generation, it's holding this long-term resistance at 28, trying to get above this resistance, struggling to get above this resistance. So we shall see if it can get some buyers here and move up into that 36 mark. neutral position, leaning more bullish. So MGNI covered PDD, posted this at 80 for $100 price target. Now you got the run up all the way to the pretty much the 110 level. So this is beautiful here. If it crosses through here, 111, 112, this thing is going to skyrocket. So keep that on your list for sure. Redfin, it's at resistance here. So looking for it to get above that blue line there. And then you can potentially see that move to 57, which is what I was originally looking for there. RSI. Had a sports betting call today. A lot of people thought RSI would be consolidated. So I could definitely pop it up here for sure. They have good regional casino assets. Trip.com looks really, really good here. For a run up to the 34 mark. China travel stock. TIGR. Bought this one today. There is a resistance here at 15. Hopefully you can continue to turn here and then push back up into that $17 mark range. So this has failed because I fucked up. I need someone to check the ERs on these so we don't get caught here. I was unaware that they had earnings, so I'm just going to close that in the morning, whatever the damage is there. APPN holding support. This one still looks really good here. I may re-enter it. I sold it before I went on vacation. It looks like it wants to push up into the 130 range. FUBO watching this. A break. Oh no. Wow. That's a clean break there. May have to buy some of this. So BIGC still struggling at this $60 resistance. You got this 10% move that I showed once it broke through. Let's see if it's breaking support, then it would suggest puts, which it is. So you need to be careful here if you're on the long side. It is clearly breaking that support line. So this could definitely drop back to that 57 range there. So just be careful here on Big Commerce for a short-term drop. And then net Cloudflare, what a monster, all the way up here into this resistance. If that breaks, this thing's gonna skyrocket, which it looks like it's going to do. So I would just create an alert on this crossing up and then just play the kind of blue skies breakout here. Call it above 128 and this thing is gone. This is just monstrous. This one is, this one's been quite the stock here. I don't know if net comes back to earth. Did they already report net? So it would be that 140 mark is essentially where it's going to head to next. Yeah, so that might just continue to push that higher. Stock has been wild. So I'm just watching this 128 mark, and then you can play another, call it $10 move up. But yeah, this is largely another monster. Yeah, we just got to watch the NQQs. Looked like they were going to break out heavy, and then they sold off end of day. So if I had my line right, which is right there, look, you can see it's exactly where it struggled to break out. So this easy money may not be so easy after all, if it doesn't prove to turn here. So that's why I'm still just waiting to see if we're gonna get that or not. But if we do, then my God. VUZI, this is one that I'm watching. A clear turn here, so look for it to get above, call it at 1350 level, and then this could have a nice reversal oversold play here. We'll put it up here into that $16 mark. So watching this one closely. YY, this one continues to push higher. Push that one down at 48. So this one looks good as well. Just do another crossing up alert for the breakout. QS, it is starting to turn. Should head up to the 24 mark on QS. So that looks really good. Lemonade sold off during the end of day. Let's see if it, yeah, that's where it topped. So as long as it holds this support line here at 75, it's still fairly bullish, but do not want to see a break. This 75 mark on Lemonade. Targeting 86 here is kind of the upper resistance. I believe that's, yeah, that's the primary resistance. So yeah, the secondary broke out of, don't need that anymore. And then we'll see what happens after that. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I need to eat some dinner. If you have any other chart requests, just put them in the chat, and I'll get to them. No problem. All right, have a good night, guys.